Company. Okay, this morning we're on our way over to the East Pennsboro job. We're going to be putting in the escape well window for the Bruce's job. I've got my nephew over here, Chris, who's going to be helping us with the project. And we should have the hole dug, the penetration cut through the house, and the window installed and all backfilled today. So bring the camera down so you can see what goes on and how they stake it out, and then how they dig and cut through the wall and put the window in. So I'll see you down on the job. Okay, another day in the basement business. Today's going to be a fun day though. We're going to cut our window in today. Let me get in here, get the day rolling here. I think we're the first ones here. Alright, there's some lights on down here. So by the end of the day, today, we're going to have a big old 4-foot by 4-foot hole right in the center of that wall with a brand new window in there. And we're waiting on the backhoe right now to come in and dig it out. Okay, here we have another design factor for this job. We wanted to put a escape well egress window in this job, which is something that has to be put in for code. For the International BOCA codes, you have to have an egress escape out of your basement. You can't just have these little windows up there. People can't get out of them. So we pulled our building permit and we were told that we have to have one because there's no other way out of this basement currently. So we've left a couple studs out there. You can see it runs down and stops, and there's wall, and then there's nothing, and then the framing picks up again over here. The reason for that is next week we're going to have our excavator come in, dig down the outside of the house, and we're going to cut open that wall and put in our egress escape well window. And we'll be taking the camera outside and showing you how he's going to do that. This is a project that can be done by the homeowner, but I don't recommend it. The egress window should be installed by someone who has the proper equipment. Normally small excavation equipment is brought into the yard, and it's all done with excavation equipment, dump trucks and what have you, to haul away the excess dirt and everything. They also have the proper saws and tools to cut through the wall and install these things and make sure that they don't leak. They guarantee them not to leak if they're an approved escape well window installation company. So that's who we use. And I'm sure you have these type of contractors in your area. Again, this is something that I suggest you subcontract out. We will be filming the whole operation for you, but it's something that, again, my company's not doing. I'm not physically doing this myself. And I suggest that's something that you do subcontract out. And we'll be talking to the excavator when he gets here next week. So this is the very beginning stages, I guess you could say, of escape well window project right there. Okay, we're going to go out back right now and take a look at this window and exactly where the escape well window is going to be going. Now you can see our central air conditioning and heating unit out here, sitting on a concrete pad right there. The window's going to the left of that. And all these little flags that are here are indications of where the electric's coming in from the street to the meter. And there's the meter there, and you can see the flags are leading right up to the location where it's coming in from the street. So because we've got wires right here, and we didn't know these were here, and these are underground, we got a company called PA1 Call, which is certified by the state to come out, and it's a lot of different mechanical companies, utility companies rather, that come together and come out and mark their lines. You've got gas lines under there, you've got electrical lines, you've got water lines. Anything that's buried under the ground has to be located, and so that when you're digging you don't hit any of this stuff. So you call a company called PA1 Call, and they'll come out and mark all the underground utilities. And now that we can see exactly where they are, and that's cable coming in there and electric. We're not going to be able to put our window in the original spot that we wanted to. If you can look through the shrubs there, you can see there's that little basement window that we were just looking at downstairs. We were going to enlarge that opening and put our new window in right there. But it's not going to work because obviously we're not going to be able to dig here because of the wires coming in. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the location of our window. Instead of putting it on the left side of the air conditioning unit there, we're going to put it on the right side. And you can see we have a gas line coming in over there, and you can see the yellow flags marked over there, and we should be okay because that means that the gas is coming up from the street to the right side of the gas meter and being connected underground. So it looks like we're okay for a dig right here in front of our electrical underground cables and to the left side of our gas line coming in. And again, this is why you definitely want to have this type of a job done by a professional excavator, because you don't want to be hitting gas lines. You don't want to be tearing up your electric coming in from the street. Extremely dangerous. So our professional trained excavator will get in here with a piece of equipment, and he'll dig out the ground right there, and we're going to be putting our escape well window in that location where there are no underground utilities. Extremely important that you have all of your underground utilities located before you begin to dig. Okay, looks like our excavators are showing up here for our window job. Got the little piece of excavation equipment on the back of the truck. And let's get them in the side of the yard here and get this thing going. And we'll be putting the window in this area here. We got our exterior lines marked by the utility companies so that we don't hit electric, phone, or if you look over there, we got yellow flags in the corner, or gas. So we're going to be digging in between these flags and hoping that there's nothing down there that shouldn't be. Everything's been properly marked by the utility company, and that's where our window is going to be going today. So we're going to lay this out here and get the small excavation bucket in here and dig this thing out. Okay, so we're going to measure off that outside window, which gives us a benchmark outside, and figure out where the center of this window is going to be, and that's what Chris, our excavator and our window installer, is doing right now. Got to find the center of the window, and then we'll go left to right and prepare the window for the rough opening, which is always bigger than the actual window itself. Okay, so Chris is out here now. He's hooking onto that same window that he used downstairs to make his benchmark here. And he's going across just like he did inside, and he's marking the sides of the window so he knows roughly where this window is going to be going in here. And the reason he's doing that is he wants to dig a little wider than what these pencil lines are in the earth, so he has room to work once he gets this hole dug, get down in there and install the window. And he's making sure that he's not going to hit that gas meter right there in the corner and the line that runs under the ground. So he wants to be safe when he digs. Chris is marking the earth here where he's going to actually be sticking the bucket on that piece of equipment and cutting down into the earth there for his dig. So that would be the outline of your hole right there, Chris?
Yes.
All right.
Just to give you an idea where to dig.
And that hole looks like it's about 5 feet wide by maybe 4 feet out from the house or so. And it looks like we're going to lose a shrub there, but with these windows, sometimes you have to sacrifice some of your landscaping. And we have permission from the homeowner to go ahead and remove whatever shrubs we had to take out. So, okay, we got the mini excavator in the yard here. Here comes our dump truck. And they're going to use that to haul away the dirt from the dig, the excess dirt. All right, we're about ready to take our first scoop out of here and dig this thing down. Now we're going to be digging down. The elevation of the ground on this particular window comes the whole way up to the top of the basement walls. So none of this window is exposed here above the grade. So he's going to be digging down around 7 feet or so. Now he's got a pile of stone over there, That stone's going to be going down in the bottom of the hole when he's done, so that the rainwater then has some place to sift through so it doesn't back up and leak into the basement. So here we go with the dig here. He's going to be taking a bunch of scoops out of that hole there, so we'll let him dig that hole down for us here. And once he gets that all scooped out, he'll get in there with his chainsaw. And it's an actual chainsaw that's got a diamond blade on it, and then he'll cut through the block wall from the outside in. Getting rid of all the excess dirt. Now he is going to save a little dirt over there. He put it on that plywood over there in the grass because he's going to want to fill back in around the window well when he's done, so he's not hauling away all the dirt. This crushed stone right here will be being put in the bottom of the dig, in the bottom of the hole, so that when rainwater seeps down through the ground and gets in, it can roll underneath the window well and not back up and cause maybe a leak in the basement. So he puts about 2 feet of crushed stone, 3 feet of crushed stone in the bottom of the hole. As you can see, this is something you're definitely going to want to have done by a professional that does these windows a lot. You just imagine how long it would take you to stand out here and dig all that dirt out by hand. So he'll get that dug down, scraped back, cleaned up, and he'll jump down in there and he'll start to make his cut. Well, while Chris is digging the hole, take a walk over here and take a look at some of the materials that he's going to be installing in that hole. We've got a 48 by 48 inch window in that box there, double slider, and he's got these panels underneath here that he snaps together that form the actual retaining wall that'll be going around the hole, holding the dirt back so that the dirt doesn't fall down inside the window well. It's all modular stuff. It's all extruded PVC. It's like a really hard plastic, forever type material that never rots in the ground. And he cuts it to length and puts that together. We'll be showing you how he puts that together a little bit later on this afternoon. Seems like it's some nice dirt to dig in.
Yeah, it is. Find that dirt caves in a little more too.
It's so soft.
Yeah.
Most townships, it's become the law that they must follow the International BOCA codes. If your township is following the International BOCA codes to the T, they're going to require you to put in an egress window. Now, you used to only have to put the window in if you had a bedroom in the basement. But with the new code changes, you now have to have an egress window escapability, a door or a window, some route out of the basement that's egress approved no matter what when you're finishing your basement. So check with your local township when you pull your permit, find out if you need it. Some of the townships still are not requiring it, although they should be. Maybe your township's one of them, I don't know. So check with your township if they require it. Do what I told you. Find yourself a good contractor that can put these escape well windows in, or the doors, and sub that portion of the job out. You're going to be glad you did. So they're just about ready to cut and make the penetration into the basement. Now once Chris busts through the wall and gets his rough opening in there, he's going to frame it out for the window. And we're going to be taking the Sawzall here, the circular saw, and we're going to be modifying the framing on that wall so the drywallers can then put the last couple pieces of drywall around the new window. And we'll be doing that later on this morning.
I want to cut in through there to make sure I'm on the right track. Then
Yeah.
I'll go inside. I'll just make a start cut, check
Okay.
it on the inside, then we'll go from there.
Okay.
No, but see that thing. Looks like can't go out of hand.
Okay, we got a chainsaw with a diamond blade on outside, heading on through the wall, and he should be poking through here shortly. Okay, Chris just cut through with a test run here. You can see right here where his chainsaw actually came through the wall. You can see daylight through there. He's going to come in and check the position of this cut, make sure he's in the right place before he continues on. So he's coming down now to make sure he likes what he sees here. Going to get another measurement and make sure he doesn't make the hole too big or too small. How's it looking?
Not bad. I need to come over about 2 inches because on the inside my window was in a little further. On the outside I was a little further that way because of the trim.
Right.
So I have to come in about an inch. About an inch.
Adjust your cut about an inch and you should be good to go.
Yeah.
Okay. And now that he knows where he's at on the inside, he can come out and make sure he's going to make the right marks outside, and then he'll just cut it right out. There we got our double slider. We're unpacking that now. That's the window that's going to be going in. The penetration that Chris is cutting right now. That's going to let a whole lot of daylight in. It's going to be nice. Yeah, here we come through the wall. I'm not going to lie to you, this is the dusty part of the job here. So, like I always say, you can't bake a cake without dirty in the pan. This is one of those times. One of the necessary evils of cutting through your walls, the dust factor. Okay, looks like we've got the wall completely knocked out here. And as you can see, we got a nice clean cut right down the side. You cut across the bottom and right back up the other side. I've got my brother John and his son Chris in there right now. They're getting rid of some of the stone from the sewage ejector pit. They're tossing it down there. It's clean fill below the window. And we're going to go inside and cut out the rest of those 2x4s now and frame in that window from the inside. So Chris did a nice job with his saws out here. And what he's going to do now is he's going to build a frame around that rough saw cut there out of 2x10, and he's down there on the trailer down there getting his saw ready to cut that lumber and frame it in so we can set the window. So let's go down in the basement and check this penetration out from the inside. Okay, here we are. There's our hole cut in the wall. Now what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to cut those 2x4s out of the way and frame the inside as well. We'll get rid of some sewage ejector stone that we dug out of the pit in the back room. And you can see we got a ton of daylight coming in through this giant hole we've cut in the wall. And it really does change the feel of the basement. Makes it feel like we're up on the first floor of the home and not down in the basement in a dungeon any longer. Plus, it's going to give us great access, egress access in case of a fire. Now we have a way out of this basement if we can't get back up the stairs. If we can't get back up this set of stairs and up and out in case of a fire, because of a fire being maybe up there beyond that door, we now can just open up the double slider window and we have an escape hatch to the outside. Okay, Chris is about ready to start framing in this penetration here. He's cut some 2x10 treated lumber to length, and he's going to be nailing that all around this opening here on the outside there, covering his rough cut through the block. And once he gets all that framing in place the whole way around all four sides here of this hole that he cut, we'll be able to cut our inside 2x4s the same, and we'll be ready to set this window in here, and this job will be about 75% complete. As you can see, this 2x10 that he's putting in here is the same thickness as the wall. And he's going to put it up the side, and he's going to header across the top and come the whole way around with that 2x10. Okay, next we install the header, which Chris is cutting now. And what that's going to do, it's going to act as a little beam up top here to help hold up the house. And to hold that up in there, Chris is going to cut what's called jack studs. And the jack studs are going to go on the side, and they hold up the actual header. One for each side. All this is being made out of 2x10 because we have a 10-inch block wall. And now he's going to stick the header in place, and those jack studs will help hold that header in place and help support the house.
Okay.
Now he's going to secure these pieces of treated lumber around the opening with some Tapcon fasteners, and what he's going to do, he's going to pre-drill with a hammer drill and then secure it with the Tapcon. Those Tapcons then secure that treated lumber right to the masonry units, and they never move. Now whether you got masonry units or poured concrete, Chris will still fasten the lumber to the surface the exact same way. And he'll do that for the bottom as well as the sides and the top of this wooden frame that he's putting inside the rough opening. And when that's done, he'll be ready to set the window. Okay, Chris just set the window into the rough opening. And as you can see here, we've got our header in up top there, which helps to support the load-bearing wall above. And he's got double jack studs which go up under the header. They're 2x10s, and they run right down here, and they sit on top of that 2x10 that he had used the hammer drill to fasten to the bottom, and underneath that is the existing block wall. So all that's supported up through the double jack studs and up to the header, and then the header's holding up, essentially holding up the house above. And he has inserted the brand new vinyl clad double slider window right in that opening, and is now shimming it into place, make sure it's level, make sure it operates properly, nice and smooth. So now what we can do is we can cut these 3 2x4s out that are in the middle of the window there from the existing wall that we built when we were framing the basement. We're going to cut them out right now and make that framing match Chris's framing for the window, so that the drywallers can then finish the drywall on that wall. That's the only section of the basement right now that doesn't have any drywall on it. So I'll frame that out quick here, and tomorrow morning the drywallers will apply the final bit of drywall around that, and there you'll have it. Okay, we got those 2x4s out of the way, out of the middle of our window, and what we did was we put one of our 2x4s, I get the focus here for us. I put one of our 2x4s around our framing to match what Chris did outside with his treated lumber. And what we did was our 2x4 runs right across flush with what Chris put in. The sides, we matched his framing right on around here. And then we'll finish that off with birch or pine wood as an extension jamb, and we'll picture frame it with colonial casing, and we'll be done. So tomorrow the drywallers can come back in and they can hang drywall and finish that up and catch it up with the rest of the job. So Chris is going to finish doctoring up the siding outside, because we had to cut the vinyl siding a little bit to fashion the window in, and he's going to complete his window well here in a couple minutes to hold the earth back and backfill before he goes here today. So let's go outside and check out what Chris is doing to complete the exterior portion of the project. Okay, so Chris is out here now putting the finishing touches on the exterior. You see how he slipped the window into the opening that he created, and if you look close there you'll see the nails. He nailed the flange of the window right on around the exterior to the new framing that he created in that opening, down the sides and across the top. And he's preparing the exterior now to slip the window well into place. Once that's completed, he'll backfill and he'll be done. See how we had to cut the siding up and over and back down on the other side to permit us to do this. You may not have to do it on your job, or who was being subcontracted to do your work may not have to do that, but a lot of times you have to get into the siding a little bit to make these jobs work. So finish that off, and siding will blend right back into this. You'll never even know we did anything. Okay, from the inside, the new scape well window is 100% complete. We have our framing all finished around the interior, and we have our wall insulated again the whole way around the window, and we're ready to put the drywall back on. So from the inside, we're looking good, and that window is throwing a ton of daylight into the basement, and it makes it so much nicer to be down here. This window also came with a screen, a full screen, and this particular window is a double slider. So we've got a slide to the right and also a slide to the left here on this window, which is nice. So there you have it. We complete the well outside there today and backfill, and this one's in the history books. So that's it for the inside portion of the job. As you saw, we've got the entire window finished from the inside out. All the rest of the work for today is going to be centered outside the property. We got to build the well yet, put the kit together and build the well that's going to hold the earth back, like the retaining wall, I guess, is what the well acts like. We got to assemble that and fasten it to the house, and then just backfill and do a little final grading, and we'll be done on the outside as well. So our window turned out great. It's throwing a ton of daylight into this what used to be very dark basement. So let's go outside and check out Chris and the final portion of this job, which is the assembly of the well itself and then the backfilling. Okay, well, let's take a look at these pieces of window well that Chris is assembling over here and putting down in the hole, so you can see what's going to hold the earth back here. All right, there goes the second piece of window well material. We're going to stack that right on top of the other one down there. This is what's holding the earth back so they can backfill this window well. If you look over there, they got a track that they're sliding that down into. both sides. And then it all snaps together, and he runs some screws through there, and that holds it in place. Here's the final section right here. This is made out of a PVC type of material. Never rots, never needs painted. Good to go, pretty much a forever material. And it's all put together with these PVC outside corners and galvanized screws. No maintenance. And you cut it to length and snap it together with these screws, and then just slip it into the hole. Once he gets the last section on there and gets that all screwed back, he'll backfill, and that'll pretty much be it, right, Chris?
Yep.
And he's fighting the sun right now. We're going to lose daylight in about an hour, so we're going to let him finish up here. And thanks a lot, Chris. We appreciate you taking care of us, buddy.
Thank you.
All right, so there you have it. Taking off here for the day. Chris has it under control. He'll be done there within the hour. So that's how you do it. I mean, and we're not really doing it, you and I. We're subbing that out, but I did this video just to give you a good idea what to expect for your own project. And I wanted to talk to you specifically about the fact that you want to get references, lots and lots of references, 3 or 4 references, and you want to go out and actually look at the work that this guy's done, and shake hands with the homeowner that the work was done for, and see that escape well window or door, whatever it is that you're going to install in your job, and make sure that this guy is for real. And once you find out if he's for real, you want to, then of course you want to shop price from the guys that are the real deal. Now, one more thing before I forget that you want to consider when you're choosing your contractor to do your egress project. Make sure that you get a warranty. The guys that I'm using, Chris, the guy that we just saw today, he gives me a lifetime warranty for that window and his project against leaks. So, and I get that in writing. So if anything happens down the road and any excavation has to be redone, if he has to dig down and fix a leak, or if anything's going wrong with that project that he completed, Chris guarantees that he'll come back out and take care of any leaks. And that's really the thing that I worry about the most, having these windows leaking in the future. So I haven't had any so far. I'm going to knock on wood there as soon as I can get in front of some. But you want to make sure that the contractor that's putting that in is going to guarantee that egress window or door against future leaks. Okay, our escape well guy finished up last evening. I'm going to take a walk around here and see what the finished product looks like here. Okay, and there it is. You can see how he just pushed the earth back around the well that he fastened last night, and got his piles of dirt and plywood out of here. Now this particular unit's got a safety glass on top here. You can hit this with a hammer and you can't break it. It's code approved, and it's got these hinges so you can lift the whole top up very easily and use those tiers down there as steps to climb up out of this thing. So there you have it. One completed egress window, which is throwing a ton of daylight into the basement. And that's it. I'm Eddie K signing off. Good luck with your egress project. I'll be talking to you soon.